Video, I'm finishing up the roof real quick, and then we're gonna jump into priming. So here's a little montage of me getting this done, or it might not be a montage, but let's get it. Guys, so we're back, and this is the brow of the car, and it's coming out pretty good. I did some tapping on it, and I did just have a small low spot right here. I usually don't add 2 layers of Bondo, but this time I did, just because I did just want to do this in one clean pass. So I will be doing that just because there was such a low spot right in the center of here. And hopefully this is all that I need just to get this all done. So pretty great. Moving on, I wanted to tell you guys just how much I love that Platinum Select filler. It has, if you lay this down right, if you take a good look, let's see if it will focus real nice on there. Here, I'll try to focus this real nice. Well, this dries out almost like a glaze, so it's a glaze-like texture, and it fills and it cleans up really nice, and it's very easy to sand. Now I also want to show you guys this side. So here we go, if we can focus. There we go. So right here we've got this side. It's all fixed up, ready to be primed. I sanded it all the way down to 320, then I'll do 400, and I'll sand this down. So very great stuff. It filled this all in. I did a little tapping across this end right here. As you can see, that was the high spot, and down here was the low spot where they did the PDR and knocked it up and made it really ugly. But you know, sometimes you just, I don't know, maybe this guy got finessed, maybe he did it himself. You know, props to him for at least trying it if he did it himself, but I feel really bad for him if it was something he hired a guy to do and, you know, it gave him that crappy job. But you guys, we're in the final stages right before prime, and at the end of this video we're gonna be primed and we're gonna be sanded, and it's gonna be sick. So tomorrow we're gonna go get a DA and a priming gun to prime this, and then we're gonna start on that video to get this done. All right guys, so sorry for the clutter. Right here I got my trusty disinfectant spray, and I got my Central Pneumatic spray gun. It's about $12 with the discount. You could get it on a higher discount if you wait, but obviously I didn't have anything. Just gonna disinfect it real quick. And then I got my Milwaukee palm sander. So it's a little orbital, pretty good. I got, you know, obviously this is, he was using it for wood, but this will work for me. Just working on the car right here itself. So I got this for 20 bucks. So that's pretty cool. And it will work for me for getting this car all prepped up and ready. So let's get to priming, guys. All right guys, so here I got the Milwaukee DA palm sander. Turns on, turns off. Didn't actually turn on because I didn't realize I had unplugged it, but it'll work for me. I'm gonna go through. It's gonna be my go-to when I go through and start sanding for prepping for paints, especially 600, 800. But right now I'm gonna use the DA just to cut down a little bit on right here, just to get a little bit more out of this, and get it to just quicken the job a little bit for me. So I'll get that done. The Milwaukee DA palm sander with the sand net, Diablo sand net. Turns on, turns off, turn it up. That's the lowest setting. Works pretty good for me. I'm gonna use it mostly for 600 to 800 when I do the prepping for the paint. But right now, I'm just gonna use it to help me speed up the process of getting this roof sanded down. So I'm just gonna do the majority of the work. I'm not gonna plane with this. So by planing, I mean make it all flat. I'm just going to chop down what I need to chop down, which is probably right here, and right here. And I get that down so I can get that block on there and just cut away. Alright guys, so now I'm done with that roof. Got this all planed down, it's nice and smooth. I got it 180, so I'm gonna go 320 grit, sand this all down, and then get ready to prime. Everything's ready to prime. I'm gonna mask, then prime. So I go over here, I did a little bit of Radicam primer just to check it out. I'm gonna hit that with 320, then 400, get that all down, and then I'm ready to get this done, you guys. I'm excited. I'm really excited because, I mean, I've been driving around with just, you know, fresh Bondo for a while now, and it's really frustrating. So now I'm ready to get this done. So let's get to it. Guys, so here is the Central Pneumatic low pressure, high volume HVLP spray gun. So not sure if you guys are all familiar with the paint gun and everything, but here's a little. So here's your cup. Everything goes in there, obviously. Comes with a filter, which goes at the bottom of that cup, and then the cleaner that's included with it. And then over here, you have your paint gun. So this is the little paint gun that it comes with, about 12 bucks. And let's take a look, take that out, let's see. All right, so here's your paint gun. Looks kind of nice for the price especially. It has a 1.4 tip. These are really crappy to clean out, but you can clean them out if you're you know, patient enough and you clean it out right after you use them. Now that I'm using 2K primer, I will only ever use this for primer or glue or whatever. Anything that's messy as well. So right here, this is your fan pattern right here, and then this is right here. This right here is your adjustment for how much of the material you're getting in. So, and then right here, this is your air, I believe. I don't know, don't quote me on that. So I got the one without the regulator because I already have regulators. Just gonna attach my regulator onto there and then slip it right off because I got a nice little DeVilbiss one. But I'm gonna be mixing. I don't believe I have any mixing cups. Oh wait, I do. So, oops. All right, sorry about the mess, you guys, but mixing cup. I'll mix it in there, and then I have in here. Right here, I have an air regulator. Attaches right at the bottom. It regulates how much air. I'll probably be using about, since it's such a cheap gun, probably 30 psi. And then here's my mixing cup. I'm gonna mix my ratio. You'll find out the ratio of your primer. That should not be there. You'll find out the ratio of the primer on the back side. So this is a, let's see, a 4-to-1 ratio. So if you don't know how to mix, what you do is you go to the 4 section on your cup. So this is a 4-to-1. If you want 1 ounce, you go one hardener, one. Okay, sorry. For example, if you want a 4 ounces, you go to 4 ounce, and you go to hardener 4, and then you get your 4 ounces. So it's a 4-to-1 ratio. Same thing, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 5-to-1. So there you go. All right, guys. So right here, we got this paint gun attached to the regulator, attached to the hose, with everything connected to it. So right now, how to check your pressure is you hold, you don't go all the way, you start it, you start to open it. So you start to open it up and it will start to open right here. So you want it to go, so it's sitting at 80 psi right there. So what you end up doing is you go over here. Oops. Now you have it, you hold it, 40 psi. So that's a pretty good psi. It will work for the 2K. It's a little higher just because it's a cheaper gun, and that'll work for me. To the 4-to-1 ratio, and I do apologize, I misinterpreted at first. I said that the third one was the activator when the second one is actually the activator. So I'm gonna create 2 ounces, and I'm gonna go two in primer and then 2 in activator, just that little portion right there. So this is the first 2 on the 4-to-1. So let's get this mixed. So I've now filled up to number 2 on the 4-to-1. Now I'm gonna raise it up. Oh, actually, my bad, I went up to the 3. So I'm gonna go up to the 3, make 3 ounces. Here I got my primer mixed in. I'm gonna add a little bit of lacquer thinner just because this is a little thick and this is a cheap gun, and I want to make sure that this all comes out very smooth. So I'm gonna add a little bit of thinner. I was recommended not to do it, but I've done it a lot of times at work because this is a 2K high build, I believe. So I'm going to try to at least unthicken this a little bit so I can get a nice clean lay. Hey guys, a big reason why I hate the Harbor Freight guns is just because how hard it is to get a nice regulated lay. So I did my first lay, I wasn't cautious, and I went through and I did too much. So on my first pass, you can see I'm already having primer runs, which isn't that bad. It will harden obviously, but the primer runs are pretty sucky, especially since I you know, this is my first lay and I wanted to get this done right. And then right here, it laid a lot better, smoother. But then you see right here, I think I have some water or solvent pop in the line. So I'm going to have to take care of that. Either that's oil in the air line, or that is water in the line. So I will, before I start painting, of course, I'll have a desiccant system, water trap system, and I'll get it all set up so that I don't have this problem. But right now with primer, this isn't that bad. I can just do another layer, get it done, and it'll be fine. Alright guys, so right here you guys got the finished product of the 2K primer. Nice and dry, nice and clean. Right here I might have to touch this up a little bit more. I'm going to sand it down, see how it goes. But if that's not too exposed and it's just the primer from before, it will be fine. So what I was really focused on was sealing up all that Bondo and all exposed metal. But I did see right here, I forgot to work down the sounding scratches. And thing is, when sanding scratches, if you have any metallics or anything, it settles in there and it really like distorts the color, and you get dark spots and blotchiness, and you see the scratches, and it's really bad. So right here, I'm gonna sand it down, and then maybe I'll have to go in and I'll touch it up later again. But for now, it's going to go sand. See if I need to touch up any other spots. But so far so good, and I'm pretty happy. Look right here. You see sanding scratches all across. So that's going to need to be touched up again after I sand this down. So that sucks a little bit, but a couple little mistakes here and there, but we'll get it done. Guys, so as you guys can see right here, I went in, sanded this hood just as a kind of a test panel. As you can see, right around here, we've got some spots right here, spots right here, and spots right here. Those spots right here are where the clear coat has deteriorated under the Texas sun. I apologize for the wind, but you see this is the clear coat deteriorated. And right here, I went through, sanded it down. This one will probably either get paint sealer or a little bit of a 2K primer, but I'm hoping I can get away with paint sealer. I will hit up one of my good friends who know a lot about this and see what he says about it. I'm also getting very excited. I'm maybe getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I'm just gonna start sanding this hood down because I want to get to painting as soon as possible. Right now, I'm only waiting on my motivated painters, HTE, Wildcomb, Clear Gun. So I ordered it from Motivated Painters. I'll put him right down here. And he is a really cool guy. He's sending me out a nice paint gun that I purchased from him. Great guy. It's a great gun. And if you ever want to know more about paint, check out his profile and everything. And he's very, very, very good about what he does and how he describes everything. And he's a very humble guy. So check him out. Another thing I want to point out to you guys is, I don't know if you can see it, but when you go down and you can sand, you'll be able to see all the dents inside the vehicle. So there's another one somewhere over here, but right here I would have missed that, and then I would have seen that on my hood. So it's very good to go in and sand the whole panel, like I said before, hidden damage and stuff like that. Another thing that I noticed while I was here is right here I've got a dent. You might be able to see it. It's a dent right there, and it goes across right there. So I'll be getting that fixed. Obviously, I'm not going to start sanding over this. I was just sanding and taking a look at everything and doing a little bit of a test run on what I'm going to do on that roof. So, so far looking very good. If you haven't seen already, I sanded the quarter down. Right here, I noticed there was a little bit too much of a, I would say, waviness. So I'm going to go in, do a little bit of 2K primer after I sanded it down and made it very straight. And then I'm just gonna go and start prepping, you guys. I'm getting very excited to get this car painted, so let's get into it. While I'm here, I found another dent. So it goes across like this. So what I'm gonna have to end up doing, if I sand like this, I can see the dent. See the dent right here? So obviously you go across, this is a flat block, and we'll expose it. So the dent's going across here, and when I go in with the spreader, something you should know is you go across it. So my spreader's out flat, and if I went like this way, it would just go into the dent and just pull out the Bondo as it went. But if I wipe like this, it fills in the crease. So there you go. I also went out, masked this around because I want to contain these 80 grit. So I don't want to, let's say, create more scratch marks than I need to. You know, if you don't have the tape, you tend to go a little farther with your scratches and everything. So this is how I'm going to contain it. Also, I'm going to go in, mask around here while I'm at it, and get this done right there. So a little more work than you need to. Like I said, there's always some hidden damage. That's why you assess your job before you do it. So let's get it. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this video right here. I showed you guys how to block, how to find dents, how to lay Bondo, how to prime, how to sand down the primer, and now prep. What you guys need to remember is 80, 120, that's blocking. 320 is about finishing. So you put on that primer, then you go 320, sand down 320 to 400. For 400, 600. 600 gets you that nice, clean, soft, paintable surface without scratch marks. And if you're gonna do a metallic, a pearl, any of those super fine particles, you wanna move up to an 800 grit. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do a solid color or something more along the lines of something special like a pearl or a metallic color. But just for intents and purposes, I'm gonna go up to an 800 in the next video and show you guys all of that. So stay tuned for the next video. Next video, I'm gonna get down and address how I'm gonna paint, probably the paint color, and introduce you guys to my new paint gun and everything I need to do to my shop to get it ready for paint and ventilation and all that kind of stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and like and subscribe.